What's going on, YouTube? So today we're going to talk about how much did it cost me to LS swap this Colorado that I have here. And it's a question I get a lot. People want to know how it's done, how much did it cost. So here we go. The 6-liter I have in here came out of a wrecked Suburban. It's got 85,000 miles on it. I actually got to see this motor run when before I went and pulled it, and it had 50 pounds of oil pressure. I mean, nothing was wrong with the actual motor itself. It just came out of a flip Suburban. And I want to say I paid $600 for the motor and the wiring harness. And keep in mind that is going to save you a lot of money too if you can, do most of this stuff yourself. So the transmission is a 100,000 mile 4L80E. I paid $200 for it and the stock converter that I got out of a local salvage yard, and there was nothing wrong with it. It also came out of a flip truck. It was all crushed down the side, and just went and pulled it for $250. It was like 150 plus a core, come out to $200. And pricing may be different at your junkyards, but that's about what it goes at mine. About $200 with the core. The rear end is a 9-inch with 389 gears and a full spool. It cost me $150. I bought it off a buddy, and I mean, if you look out for deals, you can find an 8.8 from a Ford Explorer or something for $200-300. And or like I said, you gotta hunt for some deals. You can find some of these parts and stuff pretty cheap. So I got 150 in the motor mounts, and once I sold the motor and transmission, I was in the swap for about $100 at this point. All the stock fuel lines from the Colorado will work with the return style fuel rail, so keep that in mind if you get a newer version that doesn't have the return style fuel rail. I guess you just won't need to return. But anyways, I think the spool cost me $60. The bearings for the rear ends cost me $60. I had to use a V8 Colorado lower hose. It was like $30 or $40 from Gates. And yeah, that put the total cost, getting this truck running and driving, the total cost that I spent was maybe $350 at that point. Now, I know you see the big turbo there, and we'll go over that. It started getting pretty pricey whenever I started this project. Right now it's got decap on E85. It makes about $650 to the tire on gate. It's 14 pounds. So for cam and springs and all that stuff, I went to Brian Tooley Racing on Black Friday, and it was like $750. I got cam, springs, head gaskets, head bolts, lifters, crank bolt, water pump gasket, and push rods for $750 on Black Friday. Keep in mind, if you do it around the holidays, get all your parts and stuff on the holidays, it's going to be way cheaper. There's going to be way more deals, and you can get new parts way cheaper. So now it's got a CX Racing 76 millimeter turbo here. I paid $300 for. I went on my local marketplace on Facebook, and I ended up getting my intercooler and intercooler piping for $100. It's got like a 3-inch core intercooler. You really can't see it. It's got like a 3-inch core intercooler. Yeah, the intercooler and all the piping and stuff cost me $100. I got, like I said, decapped injectors in here. You can get a set for $85, which is pretty cheap. Or you go with somebody like Snake Eater or, you know, Injector Clinic, whatever. That'll run you about $85 for some decap. Now in the rear, I have a fuel cell, 2 AM 380 pumps, -10 feed and -8 return. Now you can use the stock and drop like a Walbro 450 in there and that'll be fine, but I plan on taking this to the next step, and that will be Holley Terminator whenever I get the money to do that, unless Holley wants to sponsor me. But it's got a Denny's nitrous ready drive shaft, cost me about $700. It's got a set of cow tracks on it. I want to say costs about $400. But yeah, the truck was pretty solid. It's pretty dirty right now. I'll show you the just got a 20-gallon fuel cell, 2 AM filters, pretty solid truck. Do like an idle clip. It's got all kinds of gauges in it. So if you like this video, like, share it, subscribe. I'll make some driving videos of it. And yeah.